Hi, so welcome to this week's racing story. I decided to ride the Stage 4 races of Race London. Race 4A was London Classique and Race 4B was London Loop Reverse. So here's the first race. Let's just give a bit of a commentary on how the race went and one or two mistakes that I made during the race. So with 15 seconds to go, start to spin up and start changing gears to get bigger gears in, and once the hammer goes down, give it about 15 seconds or count to 15, going hard to make sure that I'm at the front of the race. So here we go, pressing hard on the pedals, 390 watts, and basically there's a group of riders forging ahead of everybody, and I need to make sure that I'm in that small pack because that's where the race basically finishes for everybody else.
Stay with these guys, come on. Come on. Get him in.
It was a little bit harder than I expected getting into the middle of that front group. I had to have a second effort, a second dig to get up there. Once we were there, there were 8 of us in the front group.
Okay. Okay, so we're in the front group. I got a 5-second gap to the group behind. 8 of us. Time to do a bit of work at the front. Show a bit of willing. That's enough.
From this point on we rode well, and it was only about 4 minutes into the race when I made my first minor mistake. So it's about at this point, 3 minutes 40 seconds, I started to drift to the back, and a minor lapse of concentration suddenly meant that from 4 minutes onwards I was suddenly out of the draft. At 4 minutes 10 seconds I was definitely out of the draft, and I was going to have to put down an effort to get back into that pack. It's the kind of effort that could just lose your race because you pay for that effort later on. But as it turns out, it wasn't an enormous effort I put in, but I did have to try harder to get back into that group. Again, the group was riding steady together, riding well, and I decided that I would try to get to the front and take another turn, but just as I moved to the front, other people had different ideas. And here you'll see why.
Right, just a bit of work pre-sprint. Well, I tried. Bit of a hill coming up. Yes, there we go.
So as you can see, somebody had planned to attack on this rise, and 2 riders rode away by the top of this climb. I had started to put in a big effort just to try and get onto even terms with them, but then I decided that it really wasn't the moment to put in that kind of an effort. That would have cost me everything else in the race. So I decided to ease up into 4th place behind a rider and wait for the reinforcements that came past us just after we went past the 1 kilometre to go banner on the other side of the road. This was my second mistake. I didn't accelerate hard enough. I wasn't trying I wasn't pressing hard enough on the pedals when that group caught us, and all of a sudden again I was out of the draft. So when we came to the dead turn, I really did have to put in quite a big effort of about 4 to 4.7 watts maximum to get back into that group just in time for the last kilometre.
Recover.
So I'll let you appreciate what happens here.
Eight 800 meters to go. One, two, three. Come on. Trying to get to the back here. Okay. That's it. Full burst headwind. No. Don't press this. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay.
Okay, so on to race 2. I'm not going to comment much on this race. It was a hilly finish. Okay, 1 minute 54 seconds to go. I'm into the garage. Change my jersey. That's a fucking lot. Okay, 1 minute to go, and I changed disguises. They're not going to recognise me, whether they were. Okay. 15-second effort at the start. I will give that away. Okay. 20 seconds to spin up. 10. Change gear. Change it again. 3, 2, 1, go! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's a 5 kilometre race about 4.9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. There's 11 of us apparently. at the end of the day, it was a hill finish, and that is not my strong point. And basically, once the gaps started opening up on the climb, well, they just got bigger. At the end of the race, I was classed 5th, but on Zwift Power, the riders who didn't have heart rate monitors on were disqualified, so I actually was classed 2nd on the race. So it was a first and a second for me, and pretty happy about that too.